So I got an interesting text message that I wanted to come on and share with you guys, which led to a really great conversation this morning, but see if you can resonate with this. It says, long story short, I've been dealing with some GI issues for the past 2 months, tried some over-the-counter medication, but don't really like relying on it. I've gained 5 to 8 pounds for the first time in a year and feel like, and it's a pile of poop. I know some of it's self-induced, but it's never affected me this long, at least not in a few years. I think that one of the least talked about parts of health and fitness is our gut health, our butt health, our gut health. And Mike comfortably, uncomfortably loves when I talk about this.
Yeah, because as many of you know, like the emoji that Corey Beth got sent is probably her favorite because she loves talking poop. And the thing is that, I like talking about the gut aspect of all this. And that's because, the gut aspect directly relates to the butt aspect. But like, I'm not talking about what's like coming out of your butt. Like, I'm talking about the size of it. Right. And because to me, again, everybody, it's so funny because everybody shows up with like different objectives, right? Like some people their focus is on nothing but aesthetics, losing fat. Other people, it's, I got to get my mental health under better control. And other people, it is literally like, I cannot eat a meal or certain meals without either running to the bathroom or getting clogged up for days on end. So
well, and that completely impacts your fitness, which is why I don't know what my hair's doing that. Why that's so incredibly important to me is to help people with their gut health, because if you don't feel good, you're not going to want to work out. You're not going to want to eat healthy. It's cyclical. And when I suffered for years with various gut issues, the last thing in the world that I wanted to do was go work out at the gym, because like real talk, guys, things I would think is like, what if I have to poop? What if I have to fart? And like, literally, thank God he wasn't my trainer in the beginning, but like those were all the things. And so when you have stuff going on the inside of you, it has outside effects, such as not taking care of yourself or not doing the things you should do because you're afraid of the implications of the inside stuff. So that's why it's so important to get the inside stuff moving. Plus two, we literally get it moving, like your gut and your butt, guys, because daily, that should be a daily thing that happens every day. And if it doesn't happen every day, let's have a conversation about it. But it helps and aids in weight loss. It helps and aids in nutrient absorption. It helps and aids in you literally just feeling better. The poop emoji like said everything, because I was like, yeah, I know how she feels. She feels like poop. When you're clogged up with poop, you feel like poop. When you go too much, you feel like poop. So there really is the equal balance. And we're not about like the very rough cleanses, the resets, what even else is there? Like there's all these crazy things that people do.
All the detoxes.
Yeah, no. Let's be gentle with it. There's so many different analogies that I could take this down. And I think what we'll really focus on is just the importance of getting your gut right. If it's not right, if you're bloated, if you're gassy, if you're not going to the bathroom regularly, you have gut issues. Welcome. Hello. That's 74% of Americans. I'm there with you. So let's talk about it and have a conversation. And the way, honestly, that we do that is if we think about the rainbow, optimal health is the end of the rainbow, which is purple. And that's why some of these products that we take are purple. So the purples is really what we get people started with first thing in the morning, first thing getting ready to start their day. And in fact, you really like this one. It's called Menta Focus. Tell us just why do you like the Focus so much? I noticed that these go faster than the Sync.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Because listen, my thing is I personally do not suffer with going to the bathroom, right? We know that. But
Mike's like
I'm good in that department. But for me, I still I like to be a high performer, as I'm sure many of you do too, right? We all like to perform at our highest level. And so that is my focus. 90% of what I do is based around aesthetics and performance. Like that's it for me, guys. I'm totally upfront and honest and transparent about it. The health stuff comes as a result of focusing on those for me, my goals. All right. But with that, all that being said, I love focus because it gets me into that place where I am hyper vigilant, hyper focused. Now, the interesting thing though, is that it's not the same as taking a quote unquote, like focus pill. It's not like taking a pre-workout to get amped up and get in there. It's actually helping with gut health. So I'm trying to address my focuses by addressing my gut health. And so that is the aesthetics and it is the performance. And yet we could go across the board of how many different areas this affects. And the crazy thing is that if you do the research on it, I mean, you find tons of studies where study of the microbiome and how it affects in all these people who are doing, what is it, or experiments where they're transplanting microbiome, right, from one mice to another, and all the different implications. Like, you could literally change who you are. I said it a few weeks back in another video in our group, like, your microbiome is more powerful than your genetics.
True.
It overrides your genetics. So if there is no other reason, if you're like, I got crap genetics, thanks mom, thanks dad. Well, guess what? You have an opportunity to actually affect that by focusing in on your gut health.
I can't believe you just said that. And I had this epiphany for the first time here live with you guys. And that is, like, I used to be very, I don't want to say like high strung, but like high stress. I'd get very agitated by things. Things would really bother me. And I feel like obviously coaching and breathing and some of the routines that we've put in place, but I do feel like a much more even keel balanced person. And I've never thought to make that connection to my gut health, but that all shifted at the same time. My personality really shifted too. So thank you for kind of unveiling that for me. That's kind of awesome.
Thank goodness for shifting your personality.
Such an ass. So that said, the purple is great. And that really helps us. It's the quickest way to modulate, because I know some people are like, I don't want to take supplements. So fine, don't take supplements. Like, nobody's forcing you to do anything. But if you want to get one of the fastest ways to really recraft and recreate your gut, which is your microbiome, that is one of the fastest ways to do it. And just think about your lawn. If you have terrible grass growing in your lawn, or it's not growing evenly, or you have bald patches in the grass, like, are you just like, oh, I hope it grows back better? No, you're going to put down seeds. That's what supplements are. They're seeds to literally put down the seeds to grow new grass, to grow new bacteria in your gut. And then there's a powder that goes with it. And this is literally, it's your fertilizer. So this is the food that feeds the seeds. And that's all that it is. It's very simple. Other people will say things like, look at that. Lisa is recreating her gut. She's in. Other people say things like, well, do I have to take it for the rest of my life? No, like none of this, nothing really is for the rest of your life. I've been on this now for 4 years. Mm-hmm. I went off it for 6 months because I wanted to be able to answer the question, what happens when you go off it? I didn't sleep as well. I didn't feel as good. I feel a lot better when I'm putting good things in my body. It's kind of like, how long do I have to eat healthy for? Well, as long as you want to feel good, And so it's very simple. It is very easy. The other thing that we hit on with this client in particular is she was snacking on, and I want to go there. We could do a whole other video on this, but she was snacking on pretzels. And I was like, you're doing that at night, aren't you? She was like, yes. I go, while you're watching TV. She was like, oh my gosh, how did you know? And it's a lot of that mindless stuff that we do. So I'm not here to say like, okay, like this is the magic pill. It's going to cure everything. It's pieces, guys. It's pieces of the puzzle. And I think you said it perfectly. It optimizes everything so that we can become better performers, higher performers. Everything works better. But you don't get to still eat, pretzels and Oreos and Chips Ahoy because you're not going to feel as good. So we start to put those pieces together. And I said, we're not going to take away your pretzels. Let's do this instead. She's like, oh my gosh, I could totally do that. Fine, great. And I believe that that's going to make a big difference because that was a big snack for me, was peanut butter and pretzels at night after Mike went to bed. And I would think I was doing a lot of work until 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And I would be jacked up in my gut for days on end. So this really, it helps to take it to the next level. If you're, go ahead, you wanted to say
I was going to say, you're lucky I wasn't up. I would have slapped the pretzels out of your hand. Hey, what are we doing here? Like, seriously? Like, why do we even have pretzels in the house?
Well, and that's what I said to her. I was like, you know what? I'm the type of person, I know Mike is very disciplined. I think maybe like a third of you are like Mike, maybe less. I think the rest of you are like me. If it's in the house, I'm going to eat it. So I was like, do yourself a favor. Stop buying pretzels. And she's like, I know, if it's there, I will snack on it. So we're not coming here saying like, we're perfect. We're not coming here saying like, we need to do everything right. Like there are things I literally cannot put in the shopping cart because if they make their way into the house in a moment of weakness or when I'm tired or when I'm stressed, I am going to go eat that. So putting those pieces together are really important. Of course, if you need help with that, you let us know. But we had 3 more people that just reached out today that wanted to hop on the purples, as we call them. And then there's a whole story on the blues, which we could talk to you about, on another video. So that said, yes, like let's talk about your butt. Let's talk about your gut. Let's talk about the fact that you should be pooping. It is normal to poop 1, 2, 3 times a day. Like it feels good. It is good. It's good for your overall health. And I think that we would just be remiss if we didn't focus on how important this is to your health and your nutrition and your fitness. It's all pieces of the puzzle. Not one thing is going to do it all for you, which is why we have these really important conversations about what is going on inside your body. Because when we can handle your cravings, increase your focus and your motivation to do the workouts, to eat properly, it's a win-win situation for you to get on the fast track to your goals.
I think you hit on it all, Coach. I think I'm done here. I probably didn't really need to show up today, guys, but I'm happy to be here with you anyway.
I just dragged him in for the poop talk because I know how much he loves that. We'll see you guys again tomorrow. Have an outstanding day, and let's get that butt and that gut going in the right direction, guys. Have an awesome one.
Bye.